Good morning, everybody. My name is Gabby. I am here with Tobias. We are wrapping up his first week of board and train with us here at Paw Forward Dog Training. What we're going to do is go through a little bit of what we've been working on this week and how he is doing with everything. So Tobias is a very sweet boy. Good boy. Yes. So all we're going to do in the beginning is work a little bit of attention. So before we start any session, it's a great thing to work on attention. Make sure that your dog is focused and ready to go before you actually start what you're going to be working on, okay? Yes. So all I'm doing right now is marking with the word yes. So using that as my marker word. When he looks at me, he gives that eye contact, yes. And then I'm reinforcing with a piece of kibble. I only have kibble in his pouch, nothing crazy. We're in a very low distraction environment, not much going on. Yes. Oh boy. So again, this is just making sure he's paying attention, he's checking in with me. Yes. And he's ready to go and ready to listen. Now this is going to help with some of the more challenging things that you work with him on later down the line. Yes. Good boy. Good job. So you can see he heard somebody in the other room. Yes, good job. But he's able to still check in with me. Very important. Okay, so he's doing well with this. Then we're going to start working on some basics. We're going to work on some sits. Yes, good boy. He is able to go into that sit with a verbal. We want to make sure he stays in that sit until we free him. Yes, good boy. So he's at the point where we're able to wait for a certain amount of time. Stay. We're able to ask for stay, take a couple steps back, a couple steps to the side. Yes. Free. Again, we use that word free to let him know he can get up and walk around. If he breaks that position before we free him, we want to make sure we put him back into that position. We ask for a little bit of a stay, and then when he's able to do so successfully, then we can reinforce and release him. Okay, but we want to make sure we're not reinforcing him as soon as he goes back into that sit, because then he's going to learn he can pop out of that sit whenever he wants, and he's just going to get a treat for going back into it. Free. Good boy. Tobias, down. Yes, good boy. So he is going in a down with a verbal as well. Now, free. One thing I want to mention, the reason why we're working on this stuff during week 1, okay, we want to build a solid foundation of him listening to us, him being able to focus on the trainers, so that when we get him into these more challenging environments, he's already going to be used to doing it, right? Tobias? So you can see, again, he hears the people on the other side of the wall over here, and he is able to check right back in with me. So that is excellent. Free. Good boy. So another thing we worked on with him, one of his things that he is here for is jumping. So we worked with him on place, going on to place, working on basics on place. Place is a very important behavior for dogs who do tend to jump up. Okay, it gives them a place to relax, to hang out a little bit. Okay, it gives them something else to do when they are getting overly excited. You work on basics, you work on place, bring that energy back down. Free. Oh boy, he did an excellent job there waiting to be freed. He kind of made a little bit of a movement when I moved over this way, but he actually corrected it himself and went right back into that sit. Place. So he is able to go on to place, mostly with a verbal. If he gets a little distracted, we're going to help him out. So since I already told him to do that behavior, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on the leash, make sure that behavior happens. I'm not going to repeat myself over and over again. If I start to repeat myself, what that actually does is teaches our dog to ignore the command. Okay? We free. We want to make sure that we're not repeating ourselves. Place. And that if we ask them to do something, that they are going to do it. Sit. Down. So I do need to give that hand signal when he's on place as opposed to off of it to go into that down, which is perfectly okay. Free. The hand signals that we use here are 2 fingers pointed into a down, okay? And then when we're doing sit, we use a flat hand like this, ask for that sit. Very nice. But he is very smart. He catches on very quickly, which is excellent. And he is going to do great things in this program. So if you guys have any questions at all, let us know in the comments below. But for his first week, he is doing an excellent job. We've had him in our class that we had this week as well. So he's been working around other dogs, and he's really catching on very quickly. So again, let us know if you guys have any questions, and we will see you later on at pickup.